Hi, this is Ollie Hilly from lifestylebook.com. I'm going to show you how understanding your personal risk profile can improve your lifestyle. Risk aversion is how happy you are with uncertainty versus certainty. You are somewhere on the continuum between being risk averse and being a risk taker. If you're too risk averse and conservative, you limit your ability to make decisions and therefore your ability to succeed. In my experience, most people are somewhat risk averse. But I've noticed that those people who take controlled risk in business and investments in life are generally more successful than those who don't. For example, a risk averse person is happy to stay in a low paid job even though they know that if they went out on their own in business or changed jobs, they'd have much greater satisfaction, much greater status and much greater pay, but they're still happy to stay where they are because they're risk averse. It might be useful to think to yourself just how risk averse you are. Do you know, one of the main regrets of people at the end of their life is they did not take a leap of faith, that they were too risk averse and didn't take opportunities when they were given to them. If you're very risk averse, what I suggest is take small steps. Take a step at a time in areas that have a small amount of risk, because generally you'll find that it's not nearly as bad as you thought it was going to be. Of course, risk aversion is not confined to business and finances and jobs. We all have different risk thresholds for our career, for our relationships, for extreme sports, for where we go on vacation, for the extent to which we're willing to sell ourselves, to the extent to which we're willing to ask others for their time. All sorts of different areas of our life we have different levels of risk aversion. So here are 3 tips on improving your lifestyle by improving your risk threshold. First of all, evaluate where you are in terms of the risk aversion that you have. Is your risk aversion causing you to miss out on opportunities? Is it causing you to have limited experiences? Secondly, as I mentioned before, take some small steps. Some small steps that are a little bit risky but don't have too much risk, just so you can grow your confidence, because what you'll find is that you create a virtuous circle. You take a little bit of risk, you find out it's okay and you can do it. You take a little bit more and a little bit more, and soon you're doing things you never expected you'd be able to do. And the final thing is, imagine the worst case scenario. Sit down and go, what is the worst thing that could possibly happen if I take this business risk, if I take this career risk? Generally, it's not nearly as bad as you could possibly imagine. As long as I can live with a worst case scenario, I'm happy to take the risk. Especially when there's a significant upside opportunity, and you should be the same.